All right, everybody. Hello, my name is Bobby Umar, and I'm here with String. She is a video marketing guru. She's done some great work in lots of different applications as well as on LinkedIn. And I'm excited to have you here. What I thought I'd do to start off with is maybe you can share kind of a bit of who you are, give us your personal brand, kind of promise of what you deliver.
Okay. As you probably noticed, like yesterday, I was announced as one of the top voices on LinkedIn for being innovative when it comes to content. And I'm known for video, and I guess my friend called me a growth hacker on social channels.
Right, a growth hacker. Okay, good. And maybe tell us a bit about kind of how you began. I know you've been doing video. I actually first met you I first saw you on Snapchat, actually, and that's where I saw your videos and what you were doing, and I was like, oh, this is really interesting, and I kind of loved what you were doing. So I'd love to kind of understand your transition or history from when you first discovered doing video type content and then moving from the different platforms to where you are now on LinkedIn.
Well, I'm really surprised that you found me on Snapchat, because that's probably like one of the hardest places to grow an audience. And the fact that you recognize me from Snapchat really pleases me. It started with Meerkat. Do you know what Meerkat was?
Yeah, I started with Meerkat too, then switched to Snapchat.
Yeah, Meerkat is a mobile live streaming platform that was alive and well before Periscope came along and squished it to pieces.
Right.
So rest in peace, Meerkat. So I was on top 20 there, and I started realizing that as a medium platform, video really amplifies my branding and my voice. And I realized that video is my thing, so I kept on. And I was thinking back then, a couple of years ago, that video is going to be the new medium. That's going to be one of the hardest, but if you do it right, it's going to really amplify your personality and your brand and your voice really strongly. And since then, I've just been jumping to different video platforms, using like with Facebook Live this year. I collected and amassed over like 200 to 300 video interviews with entrepreneurs like Gary Vee, Holly Lou from Kabam, which is like a $1 billion gaming startup or company. And since then, I've just been traveling around the world interviewing a lot of like cool startup founders, CEOs, and investors.
That's amazing. It's a great story too, from where you came from. Now, before you did Meerkat and Snapchat, were you doing video anywhere else?
No,
Really?
My first video was actually during South by Southwest, being on Sydney on a train. So I didn't even show my face.
Wow. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, so you have a certain brand. So what I want to do is maybe again just talk for a couple of minutes about what do you think about personal branding. So how would you define personal brand, and what does it mean for people in terms of why personal branding is important?
Well, the personal brand is something that you consider the long-term game plan. It's what people know you for.
Right.
It's like if you're not in the room and people talk about you, that's what you're known for.
Yeah.
For example, like people come to me and String is really good at personal brand and video and fried chicken.
Right. And so let's talk about fried chicken. So where does that come from? Why do you focus on that? I'm curious. What the origins?
On a top level, if you I'm always like testing out theories about personal branding, and one of my theories is that you need to be memorable and really awesome at what you're doing. But being memorable is a better experience, because people may like not like engage with you on a business level, but they want to engage with you on a personal level. And if you people associate, like every time you see fried chicken, I want you to think of me. Yeah. So KFC, Popeyes, all those like fried chicken places. And when someone like orders fried chicken, you go think of me, and I'll give you permission to occasionally eat fried chicken as well.
And was there a reason why you chose fried chicken over anything else? Was it because of those restaurants?
Well, no, it's just because like I really genuinely love fried chicken.
Okay.
And I organize fried chicken parties as well as part of as a way for my community, because I have like such a strong network of global communities around the world. So what I usually do is when I visit a place, I just like organize fried chicken parties for me and my friends. It's like a mini meetup, just eating fried chicken and hanging out.
And I'll tell you a short story. Years ago when I was in university, I went to a French immersion program and I started using Poulet Free Kentucky, which is Kentucky Fried Chicken, as my gag line, and everyone knew me as Poulet Free Kentucky. That's why I thought it was funny, because they're like, wow, I used to use fried chicken as one of my brands too. So I thought that was really funny. I'd love to talk a bit about, you mentioned your Snapchat and your LinkedIn. So can you talk to me about the future of Snapchat? Because Instagram stories are coming up and they're doing stuff too. So I'm just curious about your thoughts on that.
Well, Snapchat, I still keep an eye out for it because it's always like a platform that I think is always innovating. And I really like the way they did their digital magazine. And a lot of people don't realize that in terms of short form content, Snapchat is winning, because why else would Instagram stories copy and mimic them religiously? The only thing they haven't done properly is like doing digital magazines or getting like big brand on publications jumping on board in Instagram stories, but it wouldn't take long before they integrate that into the platform. In terms of like growth or distribution, Instagram stories is much better.
Yeah, and you know, I was snapping for a while, but I actually have stopped now. So I focus most of my attention on Instagram stories. So that's kind of been my take. Now, LinkedIn is, you know, I see that you're putting a lot of energy into LinkedIn video next year. So maybe tell us a bit about your goals on LinkedIn and how video will become a part of it.
Because of like my hyper growth on LinkedIn, I already started to pull in and attract clients already. And I think my theory for LinkedIn is that there's going to be more B2B influencers and channels on LinkedIn, known for, similar to like the idea of a personal brand, is like they pull in the people that want to engage with an expert in a certain topic. So they're going to be more like very like niche channels, which is similar to what YouTube does as well, in terms of like experts in AI, experts in cryptocurrency, experts in video marketing, experts in all these like channels are going to pop up next year.
Right. And if you are going to invest in LinkedIn video, what are you going to still do aside from that? Are you still going to do Instagram? Are you still going to do Facebook Lives?
No, like because those are like already oversaturated. Like I'm checking out like other social channels that have video, but they haven't optimized it properly yet. So I'm going to check out like Reddit, I think. I have to double check if Reddit does videos or not, but like definitely Pinterest videos are of interest for me.
Okay, that's awesome. And then I'm curious about you know, with videos and with content, authenticity is something that people really care about, and we're seeing a lot of really great campaigns like the Let's Get Honest campaign and sharing vulnerability. What are your tips or advice on how to be authentic with your video content?
Well, people use this line all the time, but I really think it's being authentic is like growing.
Okay.
A video is super transparent. People feel like it's a human interaction, whereas like words, you could hear the voice, but with faces, you feel like generally resonate with them as a person, because at the end of the day, people want to do business with other people as well. And what I usually say with videos is that the more you do, the more you will find your voice.
Yeah,
and it's like a journey. Like I actually think people feel like they're growing with me or seeing my journey or growth, because I actually talk. It's like I talk out loud.
Sure, I love video too, because I mean, there's a study that said that you know, picture's worth 1,000 words, but a 1 minute video is 1.8 million words. So that's a lot, and you're seeing a lot with that. Now, when it comes to what you're doing in the new year, is there anything that you personally like struggle with or want to improve upon?
Me, I'm like, actually, I want to get better at video.
Isn't that what you're really good at though already?
Yeah, but it's something that this. For example, there's so many writing styles and there's so many video styles. Right. I just want to get more better video.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Sure. That's good. And you know, just as a last thing, because I want to make sure we keep it under 10 minutes. What are some of the key things you're working on in 2018? Maybe some projects, and if there's anything I can do to support you or the audience, I'd love to hear that.
Oh, well, I love that if you subscribe to my LinkedIn channel, because it's going to be through my, like, as you could tell that I'm already like hyper focusing on being a channel, and I'm going to be the first like YouTube B2B like channel where when we go do product reviews, partner up with other like brands and work with them on developing the content where I could push them through my channel.
Okay. Okay. That's great. Well, you know what? I'm really appreciative of your time. I think that what you're doing is really great. And, I love the work you're doing. So I'm
Thank you so
hoping
much.
that we'll do more stuff together. And if there's anything I can do to support you, let me know. I'm always doing that as well for people that I meet. So thank you so much for being an influencer. Congratulations on the top voice of LinkedIn. And I wish you all the best.
All the best as well.
Okay. Thanks. Bye.